Hello, I'm Tibshirani with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With the news, economic growth in the US has braked sharply in the first quarter to its slowest pace in 2 years. GDP increased at an annual rate of 0.5% according to the US Commerce Department's advance estimate, down from 1.4% in the fourth quarter of last year. Consumer spending softened and a strong dollar continued to undercut exports. Growth was also held back by businesses stepping up efforts to reduce unwanted merchandise clogging up warehouses. Looking at the broader picture, GDP was up 2% when considering the changes from the year to March last year compared to the year to March this year. Staying in the US, the home ownership rate has nearly fallen to a 48-year low. It inched down to 63.5% in the first quarter from 63.8% in the fourth quarter of last year. Twice as many new renter households compared to new owner households were formed at the start of the year compared to the same time last year. With the US home ownership rate pretty much identical to the rate here, it seems those in the US are also struggling to crack into the housing market. The Bank of Japan has dashed investors' hopes for a boost in its stimulus efforts, sending stocks plunging. It's left interest rates unchanged and held back from expanding its big asset purchasing program, despite it falling back into deflation. The bank's move saw the yen surge more than 3% against the US dollar, its biggest one-day gain in 6 years. In other news, the Chinese government has upped the ante, controlling the influence foreigners have on Chinese society. It's passed a new law obliging foreign NGOs to have official Chinese sponsors and register with the police. Around 7,000 organisations will be affected by this law, which may see those promoting workers' rights, ethnic equality and religious freedom have a hard time getting approval. In New York, the benchmark US Treasury 10-year yield has continued to slide today, down to 1.86%. A weaker US dollar has seen the US crude oil price rise to $46 a barrel. Brent is up to $48 a barrel. The gold price has picked up to $1,266 an ounce. The New Zealand dollar is peaking off the back of a drop in US GDP growth, the Federal Reserve holding off a rates rise, and the Reserve Bank of New Zealand holding back on a rate cut. It's up over a cent compared to this time yesterday, to 69.7 US cents, 91.3 Australian cents, and 61.4 euro cents. The TWI index has jumped to 72.5. I'm Tibshirani, and that was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.